Jason, Hollis Outdoors. It's afternoon here. I skipped this morning. I had some stuff I needed to do. But anyway, we backlocked and loaded. I decided to get in this blind. It's a little trickier in these blinds than you think, especially trying to get it all filmed. But anyway, I've been shooting the new Kodiak Magnum quite a bit. I'm feeling pretty good with it. I still need to shoot it a lot every day. But anyway, doing something just a little bit different. Oh, I think my other arrows I was shooting weighed about 530 maybe. These right here are coming in at about 420, I think. I need to weigh them, I can't remember, a little over 400. Right at 400 somewhere, but anyway, that's gonna put me at about probably 11 to 12 grains per pound. And these don't have the weighted inserts in them, but them doggone ladybugs, it drive you nuts. I think these may be called the Simmons Land Shark or something, but anyway, they're 165 grain. I usually don't shoot a head that heavy, but I had these arrows set up like this already, and that 165 grain put me about where I wanted. That's a wicked looking joker, ain't it? It ought to make a hole. Anyway, well, I'm ready to this thing. One thing I'm interested in seeing, and I think what I'm gonna probably end up being at, the 35. We've killed a couple with the 35-pound longbow, and it did great. I would love to get a little more penetration, but it's done fine. Hadn't had a complete pass-through yet. But with the same poundage, with the Recurve, I know it's shooting faster and it's bound to be hitting harder, so I want to get one tucked in there behind the shoulder with this thing and see how much harder it is. It's a flatter shooting bow for sure. I'm going to talk to y'all one day about how I aim my bows, me and Cody both. And I can tell this one's a lot flatter shooting. It's basically the same poundage. But that Recurve part, boy, starts slinging them. Maybe we'll get lucky the next day or 2 or 3 and get a shot at one with this thing. Y'all, so the deer got to moving pretty doggone good. I was facing this way and had quite a few deer behind me. My camera was on my tripod, so I didn't pick it up very often and look behind me. Then I had some coming in front of me, then I had one right below me, and I had this camera I'm filming on sticking out one window, and I had my camera on my tripod sticking out the other window, and the angle where the tripod was, if I move the camera over anymore, I can't shoot by it. So I don't think I got anything. She wasn't but about, I don't know, 7-8 yards maybe. She was quartering hard away, and I tell you, this little Magnum, K-Mag we'll call it, the Kodiak Magnum, 50 inches, 52 inches, whatever it is, boy, it moved around in there good. That's what we're getting looking for. And I got them red fletchings on there, and it's got that white wrap on it. I think all I could see was the red fletching. I mean, it buried up in there. I feel super confident about this. I thought I was fixing to see her go down. Of course, I have been wrong before, and I didn't have any footage to go back and look on. But man, that thing slung it now. That longbow's fun, but I'm going to tell you right now, that little Recurve slung it. We're going to have to see how fast they are one day. But anyway,
still got I ain't got about 30 minutes of daylight left. Run grab my light, collar up spur, and get in there. This ought to be a good one for it. Man, that's fun. That don't never get on. Alright, y'all. Got spur collared up. You can go find this big old man. He's fired up. He's been in that box a little while. He's still all booking. He's hard-headed too. I've been keeping I got another little training type collar, not just the tracking collar, and they both got a tone button on them. I've been toning him because sometimes he's hard to catch. Sometimes you never know when you need to tone them out of a place. You ever have to be tracking on some property lines or stuff. He ready. Alright, here we go. I was in that blind right there. He's smelling. He's just backtracking. I get him come here, Spur. Get him back this way. I'm gonna see if I can find a little sign before it gets dark. So here's one thing Spur's got to learn. He got to learn we ain't running deer that ain't shot. He just went in there and opened where some other deer ran. But I don't want to bother him too much now. As young as he is, I really want him running. And then he'll figure the rest out. He'll be back in a minute. Alright, y'all, I finally got Spur back this way. I know I drilled this deer. And I ain't found nothing yet. But he smells it. I don't know if we got on it yet. Hole stopped up or what, but he's kind of settled down now. I think we can go to work now. Alright, finally got in here and found the first sign of blood. Now we got to go to work, Spur. He's smelling it. We just got to make sure we figure out which way she goes. I could have swore she was about to go down when she got out of sight. Alright, Spur's down in here I think he's about 120 in front of me now. He was sat down. I could have swore he had it because he said he sat down a while. I don't know. I didn't think she'd have made it that far, but she may have. They tough, you know. Alright, y'all, I ain't sure exactly what went on that deer. That's one thing I do like about video, and is seeing where I hit them. And I know the camera wasn't on them, but man, I thought that deer was down right outside the field. I don't know. Found a pretty good bit of blood. Spur went on in there. I don't know. I will be back in the morning, and I may call Bart and see if he wants to run that puppy and bring smoke. I want to know where I hit that thing now. She was quartering hard. I thought he'd run on up in there. Well, you don't never know till the end in this deer hunt, especially bow hunting. But anyway, we are going to find this. We're going to find this deer. We got to find this deer. Alright, so I got a hold to Bart, and we was talking about this the other night when he came over. He hadn't tested old moose on a older track. Every once in a while, he'll get real busy with smoke. He'll liable to track all night on different tracks and then have to go hit one late, or somebody that don't know him or just too busy to get there right then. He'd liable to go. I think one last year was nearly 3 days old that smoke found. But anyway, so what he's wanting to do, or what I was wanting to do, I'm ready to get to the house. It's going to be cold tonight, so it's not going to hurt anything. I don't think moose has been on a track that wasn't this many hours old. So he's going to bring moose in the morning. Of course, he'll have smoke in the truck too, just in case we need it. And see how cold moose's nose is. So that'll be about, by the time we get down there in the morning, it'll be probably 15 hour track. So that'll be a good test. And I told Bart, I swear, when I said Spur went treed. The reason I say went treed, because on the garment it shows treed or sat down or whatever. I swear he had the deer. I may be dead wrong, but I swear he was on the deer and left. And sometimes he don't seem just super interested yet with it just laying there, and I don't understand that, but I'm hoping we figure that out, because it won't be no fun in them pine thickets if he gets to it and stays a minute and then leaves before you get there, because even if you mark it on the map, that thing could be 5 feet away and you couldn't see it in there. So I'm hoping we don't go through that with Spur, but I am hoping he was there. I should be able to see it on my Garmin. I'll crank it back up in the morning. I should be able to see my track. But anyway, so that's the plan in the morning. We're gonna, I need to see where I hit this deer. But anyway, we'll see y'all in the morning. All right, y'all, here we are back next morning with Moose. He's ready. Got to mark my tire. Right through there, right where he was just finna go. All right, y'all, we had to come back and get the old man. I know this deer's dead. We just ain't worked this thing out yet. All right, Smoke has went completely different than any of the other puppies have.
Well, he just went on by where they went.
Yeah, he's way by where they went.
That's the difference in a dog.
Grown dog and puppies, yep. And an old track. Alright, so we back on the buggy. Smoke, what'd he go? How much? About 300 more? He went about 300 more than both the puppies did. And, I think we can get pretty close. He's been treed for a while, so he got the deer. Just difference in a 15, 18-month-old puppy and 11-and-a-half-year-old finished dog. That's why Bart always keeps in the box. You gotta train puppies, but when it gets serious, you gotta get the old man out and get her done. All right, we right here at Smoke, 20, 30 yards, trying to find him in this pine thicket. He got her? That's what I'm talking about. Good boy, Smoke. Alright, y'all, I know I didn't get a lot of footage on this video. It just kind of worked out that way. First deer with the new Bear Kodiak Magnum. I didn't show a lot of when we found it. Probably wasn't too YouTube friendly, and I'm trying not to get this channel shut down, but excuse me, she was quartering hard away. And man, it was exactly, I was beginning to wonder, it was exactly where I thought I had shot her. Kind of went in a little bit in front of that hind quarter and run, and just nearly come out the other side and went most of the body length of that deer. That was a big old doe, but the arrow was still in her and you could feel it on the off side. But I really think, and that was the first one I'd ever shot with that Simmons. I'm liking that. That thing did good. I'm glad I got it back. I wanted to look at it, held up good. I'll slick it up, sharpen it, and it'll be ready to go. I'll probably just use that arrow for practice unless the feathers pop back up. But anyway, we got to do some testing, and it was interesting with Bart. I think what happened, I think I probably the way it went in there, just got one lung. And I may think about this a little more next time. Just kind of ready to work the dog. Spur and Bart's puppy Moose. Spur's about 10, 11 months old, and he just said, what did he say Moose is? 15 months old maybe, 18, so they both just babies. They both went to the same spot, and I think, and we could actually smell this morning where Moose went to. I said, man, we're gonna find this deer. But anyway, we walked around in a little bit, and Bart said, wait, let's go get the old man. That's what he calls Smoke, the old man. So we went, because he's 11 and a half. So we went back, got him. But anyway, so Spur and Moose had stopped and lost it at the same spot. And then we put Smoke down and he went on. She went about, I think we said about 450 or 500. I think what happened, I probably, knowing what I know now, as cold as it got last night, I should have just left. And started with Spur this morning, and then if I needed Bart, call him. But I think me and Spur jumped her because I started back too quick after the shot. Tend to do that sometime when it gets dark. I think we all do. But the puppies went to the same spot, and it seems like a lot of times, especially for a young dog, I've experienced this hog hunting, and me and Bart talked a lot about it. He's experienced it in his tracking. When they lay down and then they jump back up, for some reason it gets harder. Don't know if they put off the right scent's not coming, because them dogs, I don't know if most people know, but them dogs are not actually blood tracking. When a deer, that's when you, like Smoke, if he gets on a track and runs it, and I've had it happen this year with Smoke, and then I'd get pictures of the deer later. When that deer's wounded and hurting, or I won't say hurting, when they're wounded, they give off a different scent than if they're just walking around or running or whatever. And Smoke, as long as he has done it, he knows that scent. So I guess these puppies could be kind of tracking the blood and not sure of that scent yet, and Smoke knows that scent they're giving off, because a lot of times when a deer lays down and you track it too quick, because I know I've done this over the years and know better, and I've done it, you blood track it, and all of a sudden you jump the deer, no more blood. Well, they're still giving off that scent, and maybe these puppies don't quite know yet, but Smoke does. So it was super interesting, and I had actually talked to Bart a couple of days ago. I said we need to try Moose on an older one, just because he had never been on one. I think that one was about 15 hours old at the time. So we was able to test a little bit today and learned a lot. He always brings Smoke because he's trying to get the puppy going. So we learned a lot today, and I'm proud of Smoke, because, man, I'm telling you, down there in them pine thickets, it is super hard to track one, and I made a good shot. I mean, I am super proud of the little bow, the Simmons broadheads. I like that. But anyway, I hate I didn't get a lot of footage. I was right this time, exactly where I thought I hit her. And anyway, we're gonna keep working on these dogs, because it just, golly, that Smoke is, but he's 11 and a half years old. We got to get Bart something coming, and we're working on that. We're gonna keep playing with these puppies as we go, but it is super fun. I am sold. That Recurve, even being the same poundage, it just hits hard. And that was a lot lighter arrow, and it was buried up to the fletching. So I'm happy with the penetration right now. So we're gonna keep working on it, keep working on the dogs. We're gonna make something. It's super, super interesting to study on these dogs. So I don't know if I've ever really said it before, but it took me a long time to kind of course, I didn't fool with social media and that's much stuff for a long time, like Smoke's 11 and a half, but I got to hearing about this tracking dog, and I got to seeing pictures of Smoke, and I didn't know Bart at the time, but I had a buddy of mine that lives close to him that kept telling me about it, and then I was showing him pictures of back when I was hog hunting, and he said, man, that dog looks like yours. And I finally met him, and years ago, I had kept a whole litter of puppies and started them all, and a couple of puppies that I gave away, I gave 2 dogs away, and these folks were going to start tracking with them. I forget how old they were. They were still young. But then later on down the road, I got to hearing about Smoke, and I got to seeing pictures. I said, man, nobody around here's got dogs that look like that, that I knew of at the time. And I finally figured out Smoke is off my old Rebel dog, which Rebel would be about 13, 14, 15, somewhere in there. I'd have to look back. So it got me super interested. I should have done this, I just hadn't. But, so, Smoke, let's see, Rebel, let me think. Rebel, my old original dog that I got lucky with, my wife picked him out, turned into a superstar. That is going to be Smoke's granddaddy. So it's interesting how that came around and found out about it, but that's why I believe so much in Smoke. A lot of people hadn't ever been around these blackmouths that much, but I mean, he hunts and does just like his granddaddy did Rebel. So I'm gonna keep playing with Spur, and we're gonna keep working around with PJ and stuff, but the end goal will be some of my blackmouth stuff, because I know what they can do. But anyway, I'll keep rambling, just a little story time there to tell y'all, but I am super proud of my little Kodiak Magnum, and I think I should have just waited till this morning and started, since it got cold. You always worry about the coyotes and stuff, and working these puppies, you want some of these young ones, you want to get on them quick as you can, and I thought I saw the deer go down, and I'm not sure I didn't. It's just that possibly got one long, and she got back up and then run till she couldn't go no more. But that Smoke sure is impressive. We'll catch y'all on the next one.